Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to talk about blends between languages. When I was 14 years old, I moved to the United States. I did not speak English. I started to learn, and as I learned, I started to communicate with people. But one thing I noticed is as I communicated, when I didn't know the English word, I would just drop the Spanish word into the sentence and continue to communicate. I thought this was only me doing it, but I found out later that this actually has a name. It's called Spanglish. Spanglish is the blend between Spanish and English. This got me interested, and I started to do some research. Do other languages blend like this? They sure do. There's Dunglish, which is the blend between Dutch and English, and Franglish, which is the blend between French and English. And I thought, does this only happen with the English? Nope. I found out that wasn't the case either. In Peru, the Japanese community, speaks Japanol, and in Brazil, folks who speak Spanish who come to Brazil speak Portuguese, and it even happens with indigenous languages. In an area in Ecuador called Quechua, you will hear Quechuañol. Interestingly enough, I think this has been happening for a very, very long time when two cultures blend together. It all depends on the person who's speaking and the region that they come from. For sure, it is not an official language and it has no rules. It all depends on the person who is speaking. The one thing that they do have in common is the person who's speaking generally uses more of their native language and less of their adopted language. As they feel comfortable with their adopted language, they begin to use their adopted language more and just use their native language when they can't find the word in their adopted language. So I thought, well, when did this get started? Well, according to some, it got started in 1878 when the United States took over Puerto Rico and made it part of the United States. When this happened, the folks there spoke Spanish. But of course, English is the language of the United States, and they wanted to introduce it into Puerto Rico. The folks there needed to learn English, and as that they were learning it, they were doing the same thing I was doing, dropping in Spanish words that they didn't know in English. And that's when they believed the phenomenon of Spanglish began. I'm not sure. What do you think? Linguists themselves argue. Some believe it's just code switching. Others believe it's pidgin. Pidgin is when two cultures come together, but they don't have a common language, and they form a common language that they can communicate. So one of the other things that I find very interesting is this is happening all over the world. I travel a lot to the Netherlands, and in the Netherlands, I hear a lot of English being dropped as the Dutch community is speaking. They're native Dutch speakers, and they themselves use the English language. So this is happening all over the world. Do you see this happening in your community? Do you think it should become an official language? What do you think about it? I would love to hear your opinions. Leave me a comment below, and let's keep communicating between each other. Have a great day, and come to Lingo Hut to learn a language. Bye.